Evening YouTube. Now I've just got home and this box has turned up, so in it should be my latest purchase, which is a JVC A-S5 amplifier. So if the amplifier actually is in this box, it's a nice vintage amplifier from 1979. Now I'm saying if it is in here because I had one of these amplifiers years ago when I was a kid, and it's quite a big amplifier. But this box is light as a feather. It feels like there is nothing in here. It does not feel like there is a big massive amplifier in here. But I haven't ordered anything else that would come in this size box, and I have asked my missus if she'd bought anything, and she said no. So the only thing it can be is the JVC, but it really doesn't feel heavy enough, this box, to have a big vintage amplifier in it. What's that, James? James just said they might have forgot to put the amplifier in there and they have just sent me an empty box. No, there is something in here. I can feel something in here. It has got a little bit of weight to this box, but it just does not feel heavy enough to have a big massive JVC in it. Because from memory, I do remember this old JVC being quite big. So when I first picked this box up, I was expecting it to be really heavy, but it's not. So I do hope I haven't bought one with a load of parts ripped out the inside, because I have bought this JVC as a non-working one. It does not power up or do anything, and on the listing there was no photos of the inside of it, so I do hope it hasn't had its transformer ripped out of it and all that, because I have had that before. Stuff turn up and it's had all its bits taken out the inside. I've only had it once or twice, but I have had it happen. But this one should have all its parts in it, because it never said anything about parts being taken out of it on the listing. What this one actually said on the listing was, I bought this amplifier many years ago and it has been a great amplifier and has always worked perfectly, but at Christmas it just would not turn on. So amplifier will need repair, but cosmetically it is in great condition. So going by that, if that is correct, then this thing should be complete. It should not have any parts taken out of it. So let's open the box and see if this is in fact the JVC or not. And if it's not, and I do in fact open it up and it turns out to be a new washing up bowl or a cat basket or something like that that my missus has forgot she even ordered, then you lot will never see this video, because obviously I won't put it on the channel. But if the video does go on the channel, then it means that inside this box is the JVC. And if it is in here, it will be a momentous occasion for the channel, because if you watch the channel, I've been doing some list videos of amplifiers and receivers that I'm trying to buy, and this will be the first one that I've bought off of them lists. So if it is the JVC, this will be the first one off the Rattlesnake wanted list. And it does look like it is the JVC, and it's come with a nice power lead. Yeah, look at that. That's a quality lead. That's a nice heavy one. That's a decent lead, that is. I'm happy with that lead. I can't remember our old one though, having a kettle lead like that. I thought it just had a normal lead in the back of it. And it has been bubble wrapped up good, this one. Oh no, and it's got them quavers in there. Oh, they go everywhere. It has been done well though. Look at this. I'll get the camera and show you this. And this is for any of you who post and send amplifiers out. Look how well this thing's been packed. That's how you should do it. That will not take damage like that. So whoever did pack this up done a really good job on that, 'cause I've never had them turn up wrapped in them quavers where they have taken damage. Them quaver things really work well. And remember, this one had a ton of bubble wrap over the top of it as well, so this really was well protected. And that's how you should do them when you post them, 'cause sometimes even a bit of bubble wrap round them and that, although it works well, it doesn't always. I have had them turn up damaged when they've had a load of bubble wrap round them, but I've never had them been damaged with these quaver things. They work really well. And you can see there, this has got a normal power lead that goes in the back, so for some reason the seller has put an extra power lead in here with this JVC. I'm not moaning about it, that's a nice power lead, that other one they sent me, but they must have put that in there by accident. I will message them actually and tell them they've done that, because they might need that for another amplifier, innit, and they've put it in here by mistake. So if they need it, I'll post that back to them. But with a bit of luck, they say keep it, 'cause that really is a good quality kettle lead, that one. And you see what I mean there, this JVC, it really is quite a big amplifier, but it really doesn't weigh a lot. This thing has got no weight to it whatsoever. So I do hope it's got all its parts inside, because it does feel really light, this JVC. It does look in nice condition though. God, look at that. This thing looks spanking. Oh, just look at the front of it. Happy days. This thing looks min. I can't see any scratches, anything on that. That looks lovely, that amplifier. Look at it. Oh, I'm happy with that. As long as it's got all its parts in it and I can get this one working, I'm really happy with this. Because it looks better now it's here than it did in the photos. And it looked really good in the photos on the listing. But look at it. Let's get the camera in there and I'll show you the front of my new mint condition JVC A-S5. Now this one, like I said, it's from 1979 and it's 30 watts per channel, this old JVC. And I know it's been a lot of years since I've heard one of these JVCs in action, but from memory I do remember this thing being pretty decent sounding. So let's get in now and have a feel of all the pots and all the switches, see what they're like. That volume feels lovely and smooth, and that's a nice big volume knob on that. So that balance one, that feels really nice as well, feels smooth. Yeah, them switches both feel nice. Loudness, that feels good. Phono, tuner, yeah, they all feel good. Auxiliary, yeah, they feel nice, and buttons. Treble, oh, and it's the ones with the notches, got the click as it goes up and down. I'd forgotten that. Yeah, that feels nice, that treble. Bass, yeah, that bass pot, that feels lovely, that pot. And it's got the click as you turn it up and down. So speakers 1, speakers 2, yeah, they feel like they're working properly. And the on-off switch, yeah, that does feel alright actually, the on-off switch. So everything on the front of the old JVC feels like it's all working nice. None of them pots feel bent, none of them feel like they are seized up, they all feel like they are working good. And as you can see there, this is what I used to like about our old one. It's got the phono inputs on the front there. Now I know they're for a tape deck, but you can use them for a CD player or whatever else you want to bung in the front of it. You can't use them for a record deck, that needs to go round the back into the phono connections. But anything else you want to connect up to this JVC, you can just plug it in there at the front. So I'll just put the camera down for a second and I've turned it round and I'll show you the back. See there, it's got the fuse on the back. It will take 2 sets of speakers, this old JVC, and then you've got your 5-pin DIN tape deck connector, and all them speaker terminals feel nice, and then you've got another tape deck in, auxiliary, tuner and phono. And if you look at that phono, someone has pulled the RCA out, but the end bit has snapped off and stayed in there. So I'll have to get that bit out. What's that, James? James said I should post that bit back to him with the power lead. So you can see there, manufactured by Victor Company of Japan. Tokyo, Japan. So I think this one is made in Tokyo. So come on, James, a bit of trivia for you. If the VC stands for Victor Company, what does the J stand for, mate? No, it's not, James. What, James Victor Company? No, it's not that. Come on, one more go. You're supposed to be a hi-fi guru. Come on, what's it stand for? Oh, he doesn't know. Oh, come on, James, it's not rocket science. It's wrote on the back here about 5 times. It stands for Japan. Oh, and I'm sorry about my assistant's lack of audio knowledge. I'll have to get my missus to give him a few hi-fi lessons. Or I could just give him the sack and get someone else. So I've just put that lead back there. I've got no idea why they put this lead in this box. Because as you can see there, it's already got a lead that's permanently connected into the back. So with a bit of luck, they won't want that lead back. Because that is a good quality audio one, that is. That'd be expensive to buy that lead. So hopefully I'll be able to hang on to that, and then it'll be a little bit of a bonus that came free with my JVC. So let me just put the camera down for a second again, and then I'll turn the amplifier back round, and I've got my tape measure here, so I'll do the little measurements and show you how big it is. Because it's not massive, this JVC, but it has got a bit of size to it. I'm just really surprised by how light it is. It's not very heavy, this JVC, and it does sort of look like all the bits are in it. If you look through that grill there, you can see the heat sink. It looks like it's got all its boards in there, and I can see the transformers in it. It's over that side there. I don't know if the camera will pick it up for you lot watching at home, but I can see it. The transformers over there. So it does look like everything is in this JVC, but it is just really light, this one. For how big it is, and being 30 watts per channel, you really would think it would be heavier than this. Because when I got home earlier, I see the big box in the hallway, and I thought, oh, happy days, the JVC's here. And then I picked the box up, straight away I thought, oh, what's she been buying now? I really didn't think it was this JVC in here, because it just felt far too light. So you can see there, at 16.5 inches wide. So it's quite wide, this amplifier. Let's see how deep it is. So that is, again, that is just over 9 inches, about 9.25 inches deep. And it is quite tall, this one. That's why it looks so big. See there, look, that's 6 inches tall. So it is quite big, this JVC. And for how big it is, it really is light. But although it might not have a lot of weight to it, it has got a good look to it, this JVC. I like it, with that big volume knob on it and all that. It is a good looking amplifier, this one. And it is exactly the same as the one that we had when we was kids. Because the one we had years ago, it really was in great condition like this one. So I'll do what I normally do, and I'll give you a size comparison by putting another amplifier on top of it. So at the minute, the easiest one for me to grab hold of and stand on top of the JVC is this little Rotel. So I'll just stand the camera down on top of it, and then I'll lift it over and put it on top of the JVC. Give you a little size comparison. Oh, and straight away, the weight of this Rotel, it weighs a ton compared to that JVC. I bet that Rotel is 3 times as heavy, easy. Possibly more than that, 4 times as heavy. And that Rotel is only 15 watts per channel, whereas this JVC is 30 watts per channel. So it's double the power, that JVC. And like I said, when we was kids, it was one of the bigger ones that we had. I think we had this JVC that was quite big. I had a Technics that was quite big. We had an Eagle amplifier that was pretty big. And then we had a big black one called a Unique Sound. So they was like the bigger ones we had in our collection. But then we did get a receiver made by Lloyd that was bigger than all of them. And I have put that Lloyd down on my wanted list, but I haven't done it yet on the video. It's a big massive Lloyd with a load of dials and switches on it. It was fantastic, this old Lloyd receiver that we had. And I can remember exactly what it looked like because I really loved it. But we've been on the computer trying to find one to get like the code number, what it was, what model it was. But as yet we have not been able to find it. And it was, honestly, it was as big as that Pioneer SX750, this Lloyd we had. It was as big as that. So it was much bigger than anything else we had ever had before. And I want to find out what it was, because I want to do it on one of the wanted videos, because the Lloyd is 100% one that I want again. But I can't find out nothing about it, so at the minute I can't put that one in a video because I can't even find a picture of it. And I thought it was going to be like that with the big black Unique Sound one that we had years ago, because I'd love to get another one of them for the channel, because like I said, it's one of the ones I had years ago that was a bit of a monster. But that was the same. We hunted for ages the other day trying to find out anything about this Unique Sound thing, but we couldn't find out anything about it. But then the other night we did find it. We found out the number of it, and we did find one little picture of it. So I can do the Unique Sound one now in one of the wanted videos, but I still can't do the Lloyd because I can't find a photo of it, and I don't even know what number it was. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I've been making lists of all the stuff I've had before that I either really rated or just want again for a nostalgia reason. And I've been doing lists and making little videos about them. I've done 2 so far. And this JVC was on one of the lists. So this JVC is the first one that has come from my wanted lists. It's the first one I've managed to track down at the right price and buy for the channel. No, that's wrong really. I haven't bought this JVC for the channel because me and James had one of these JVCs when we was kids and we absolutely loved it. So I've bought this a little bit for the channel, but really this JVC is for me and James. So that reminds me, I can get my book, and happy days, I will be able to cross one off of the list. So the JVC A-S5 will be the first amplifier to get crossed off of the Rattlesnake wanted list. And I might be crossing another one off soon, because I have got a few from the list in my watch list as we speak. So I've found a few of them not working. So if they don't make big money, I might have another one from the list coming to the channel soon. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.